Yo, what's going on? It's the Council Poly Rob. Welcome to another episode of the Poly Rob Podcast. I appreciate everybody showing love. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notifications. And you already know I leave it in the comments, man. Leave all the dialogue in the comments because you know I respond back. Let's get right into it. J. Cole, Birthday Blizzard Mixtape, hosted by DJ Clue. First off, shout out to DJ Clue. Shout out for all the years he's been giving us fire mixtapes. And I love the fact that these artists and DJs are coming back together to create these same mixtape vibes. I love that. Griselda has done that. Tyler, the Creator, has done that. DJ Drama, The Game. There's so many different people that are bringing back that energy of the mixtape game. Now, of course, it's not all the way it used to be because nobody's selling mixtapes on the corner. But the way that they're putting together these projects, whether they consider them full-length projects or just something to throw out there before, a featured project comes out. Tyler, the Creator, actually, put together an album with DJ Drama with the whole energy of the mixtape game, and he won a Grammy off of it. So salute to him. Griselda did a tape with DJ Drama, and they were able to just continue their run of just elite hip-hop and lyricism through that. The Game just dropped one not too long ago, which I got to check out. DJ Clue and J. Cole is what we're talking about, the Birthday Blizzard. Real hip-hop grittiness. And J. Cole took it back to the original element, which is not doing original records, actually taking records that's from, artists that's put out these, different hits or whatnot and rapping over them. And he's doing it at an elite level. I want to talk about what's so special about this particular mixtape before I get to the things that I don't like. Because I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic about, the things that happen when you drop projects, when you're putting out music. I'm optimistic at first. You can only disappoint me. It's almost like the teacher, those teachers that you used to have in school where, when you first start the class, you already start off with an A. You already got an A. And what you do in the class determines whether you get another grade that's not an A. If you messing up, you could drop to a D or F or a C minus or whatever. If you keep up the A, you're going to continue to have the A throughout the whole semester. That's kind of how I am when it comes to music. Am I critical? Yes. But if I like a particular artist, I start from a level of, hey, what I've heard from you so far has been great. You can only go down from here. Whether that's a good metric, I don't know, but it's just how I am. So, one thing that I like is that you have to go to J. Cole's website to get the mixtape. Let's go. I remember the days of Dat Piff, Hot New Hip Hop, live mixtapes. I remember those sites where this is where we used to go to get mixtapes, whether we're paying for them or whether we're downloading them for free. I'm from the era of getting the mixtapes on the corner and evolving into the blog era where you actually got a chance to download the mixtapes from the websites. And I wish we bring that back. Whether it's your personal website or whether somebody creates a mixtape scene through these websites. We need that because we need to give these artists more freedom. But that's for another story. You download it from his website. And when you do get the Birthday Blizzard, you have the option, which is great, you have the option of getting the pre-sale of the Fall Off album. You can buy the pre-sale of the Fall Off album by getting the mixtape, which is elite marketing strategy. And this is where the game is going. I love that. This is where the game is going. these artists and these companies, these independent labels and music production companies are taking their power back. Let's go. I'm with that. You should always have a website. Local astronauts, we have a website. LA Creative Department .shop. Go shop with us. Go get some merch. Localkids.shop. Go get some merch. Come on now. So I love the fact that that's a good strategy. On top of that, I don't know if he's going to release it on DSPs or not, but it really don't matter because it feels like the fans have really tapped in and showed ultimate love, and they went to listen to the project. And that's exactly what I did. I listened to the project. Now, we got to be honest when we're talking about some of our greats making music. On top of me being optimistic about when somebody drops a project, I also can never shake the fact that I have to give my honest opinion about the approach, the actual music, and whether this music is holding up in this moment. Sometimes it takes a while for a record to, catch wind or for somebody to understand what's going on. But sometimes a record might just shoot to the top. A project might just be elite and fire at that moment. For this birthday blizzard, we got to talk about a couple things, and I got to be honest. This birthday blizzard, it sounds good. It sounds like a good project, not a great project. It sounds like a good project. But for some reason, our ears as the fans, we can't stomach it. I'm going to say it again. Whether you're a J. Cole fan or not, whether you're a true hip-hop lyricism type fan or not, when you're listening to this mixtape, he's rapping at an elite level. But our ears can't seem to lock in with it. We can't seem to just really catch. Like, we understand the bars. We get all the bars. We get all the shots thrown. We get all the double entendres. We get it. As a hip-hop community, I'm talking about the true and living hip-hop community. We get it. We rocking with it. We love the beats that you selecting. Classic East Coast beats that they would play on the radio for you to just get off. We understand all of it. But trust me when I tell you, and everybody, trust me when I tell you, it's not turning over. It's not turning over the right way. It's just something about it that's just like, nah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a J. Cole fan, but I like J. Cole's music. This mixtape was released at the wrong time. I believe what they were trying to do was give people the real hip hop, go on a lyrical tangent, go on a surge with bars and going in to give the people that before he drops the fall off. I get the strategy. I understand it. I get the strategy. But there's one single problem. One problem. We don't want to hear elite lyricism from J. Cole right now because you ducked out on the battle with Kendrick Lamar. Let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there. The day you backed out of a battle with another elite lyricist, we don't want to hear no more, I'm the best no more. We don't want to hear that no more. I'm sorry. I'm speaking as hip hop. I'm not just speaking as myself. I'm speaking as the hip hop culture. We don't want to hear it no more. I'm sorry. We just want to hear you make records about life, relationships, things that's going on, hardships, political. That's what we want to hear now. We don't want to hear no I'm the best. We don't want to hear I'm the top of the big three. We don't want to hear no rapper can't see me. We don't want to hear none of that. You turn down the fade. You turn down the fade. No matter how you want to slice it. And to be honest, I agree with you not taking the fade in the context of what you said on stage. What you said on stage was right and perfect for your heart. I get that. You don't want to get into a battle where you take it too far, he takes it too far, and you guys have mutual respect for each other. I understand that. I agree with that. If you feel like this battle is going to go too far and it's going to get out of bounds like it did with Drake and Kendrick, if you believe that was going to happen and your heart's not in it to say all of these wild things, then you back away. I respect that. The only thing is, you should have sat back and thought of that before you did that first diss record. You should have sat back and thought of that before you did the first diss record. You should have, if your objective is to not just jump out the window and be strategic, because you jumped out the window first, Cole. Sorry. You jumped out the window first, and then you retract back. That's like throwing a haymaker punch and it land, but it don't damage the person that you swung on, and then you backtrack like, nah. We ain't got to fight no more. We ain't got to fight. Nope, you can't do that. Once you throw the punch, the fight is on. If you back out of the fight, you can kind of understand why the hip-hop culture is not responding to this great lyricism that's happening on the blizzard, on the birthday blizzard. You can understand that, right? You got to remember, a lot of people consider hip-hop a sport. A lot of people consider hip-hop as a reflection of the intensity of the lifestyle that you live. A lot of people take hip-hop as a reflection of the things that you do in your lifestyle, the lessons that you learn, your moral code, your energy, the way you approach situations, the way you get out of situations. It shows the greatness about you. It shows the worst parts about you. It's encompassed of life. It's life. Hip-hop is life for us. So, in situations where you get into a beef, a scuffle, a lyrical battle, things like that, we're taking it as, oh, the way that they're battling is the way I would fight in the streets. How would you approach that? How would J. Cole, if his back was against the wall and somebody was saying something about him, how would he respond? I'm not saying that everybody's finna go gun-ho, pull out guns and do a bunch of fighting. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it is a level of reflect of what somebody would do when their back is against the wall. And unfortunately for J. Cole, although I feel like he made the right decision for his soul, he made the wrong decision for being hip-hop's elite. I'm going to say it again. Although he made the right decision to back out of the battle for his soul and for what he feels, he made the wrong decision when you're trying to be hip-hop's elite, when you're trying to be the top of the big three, when you're trying to be one of the best lyricists in the world. Part of being one of the best lyricists in the world is going against the other artists that they may feel the same way too, or the hip hop culture may deem them one of the best in the world. That's a part of it. You can't turn down the fades for the elite rappers. I'm sorry. Now, I could see if it was somebody that you felt like was below you that didn't deserve your time. That happens all the time. There's artists and rappers that try to throw shots at people that's way above them all the time. I can see how you could shun that off. You just mentioned the big three on a song with Drake. Everybody knows you clearly had Kendrick a part of the big three. That was also your chance to go against them. And to be honest with you, and I don't want to say this, but I got to say this. This is real. At least Drake took on the battle. That's the one thing he got up on you. He took on the battle. He went forward with that, for better or for worse. Even though what's happening right now with him is not too pretty, he still took on the battle. You backed out. I'm saying that to say this birthday Blizzard mixtape, I couldn't even get through the whole thing. I only got through a couple of songs. Don't get me wrong, he's rapping at an elite level, but I don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. You backed out of a battle, so all of these lyrics about you being the best and being elite and all of those raps that you rap, yo, save them for another song later on down the line when you fix the situation, because I don't want to hear none of it. That's like somebody backing out of a fight and then going home and talking about you the best fighter in the world. Stop, bro. Stop. I'm talking as a hip hop fan and a hip hop creators. You got to look at it from both sides. You got to look at what the fans want to see. And then, of course, you got to look at yourself and what you feel like you want to do. Like I said, you made the right decision for yourself. But now you cannot scream you're the best lyricist. We don't want to hear that, B. Nope. I know. So, nope. And the fall off better not be a rendition of what this mixtape is, because we really don't want to hear that. I'm just saying, right now, you cannot tell us nothing about you being the best in the world. You can't tell us none of that, bro. You got to fall back and just make some good albums like you've been making. We still want to hear the fall off. We still want to enjoy the music. We just can't. We don't want to hear nothing about you being the best rapper in the world. That defeats the purpose of what you just did about a year ago. The birthday Blizzard, unfortunately, I can't give you a real opinion about whether I like it or not, because my brain is just not in that world. I can't keep listening to him say that until something changes. I don't know what I don't know what needs to change. I just can't hear it. Not right now. And there might be a lot of people in the music culture that is saying the same thing. Will it change? Will people want to hear that stuff from you eventually? Eventually. But just not right now. Not right now. So I hope the fall off is something totally different from what you gave us with the birthday Blizzard. Because I really feel like if you would have dropped this birthday Blizzard before you backed out of the battle and all that, we would have been like, oh! We would have been like, oh, he went crazy. We would have been going up on this mixtape. But decisions have consequences. I'm just saying. J. Cole, we still rock with you. We still love you. You still can rap. But we don't want to hear that elite stuff right now. You got work to do, my brother. Sorry. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. about the Birthday Blizzard mixtape with DJ Clue. Let me know if you think it's dope or not. Let me know if you're biased like me, because it's just what it is. I can't hear that right now. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about it, man, because somebody give me a reason to get through the whole mixtape. Please, somebody give me a reason to get through the whole, because I want to. I want to get through the mixtape. Somebody please give me a reason. Let me know. I appreciate y'all. Workload.